Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the news at 6 on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi leads the nation in celebrating Yoga Day, joins thousands of participants in performing yogasanas in Lucknow, says yoga has bound India with the rest of the world. Ministers, political leaders and common public across the country participate in the third edition of the International Yoga Day. Over 5,000 events held across 180 countries to mark the event. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar extends support to NDA's presidential nominee Ramnath Kovind. Decision announced after meeting of senior JDU leaders in Patna. And Belgian authorities identify Brussels railway station terror suspect, 36-year-old Moroccan, said to be the man behind the failed bombing attempt on Wednesday. Well, as the world celebrated the third International Yoga Day on Wednesday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the biggest gathering at Lucknow's Ramabhai Ambedkar Maidan, where the main event for this year was organized. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also participated in the celebrations along with other dignitaries. Let's take a look.
Going amongst the youngsters of this generation.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday led a gathering of nearly 50,000 people who braved rain showers to celebrate the third International Yoga Day at the Ramabhai Ambedkar Maidan in Lucknow. Accompanied by school children, the Prime Minister performed various asanas at the event that started at around 6:40 a.m.
Shoulder length apart.
हाथों को कंधों के सीग में समान सामने की ओर उठाएं.
Raise your arms to the level of your chest.
Addressing the gathering, Modi said India is leading the world with yoga and wellness. He emphasized that yoga has evolved over the years and has become a part of every household.
विश्व के अनेक देश जो न हमारी भाषा जानते हैं, न हमारी परंपरा जानते हैं, न हमारी संस्कृति से परिचित है, लेकिन योग के कारण आज पूरा विश्व भारत के साथ जुड़ने लगा है। योग जो शरीर, मन, बुद्धि को जोड़ता है, वो योग आज विश्व को अपने साथ जोड़ने में बहुत बड़ी अहम भूमिका अदा कर रहा है।
Uttar Pradesh Governor Ram Nayak, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and several dignitaries were also part of the proceedings. Chief Minister Adityanath said that yoga has now become a world movement.
योग भारत की प्राचीन विधा है, हमारी प्राचीन ऋषि परंपरा का प्रसाद है। वेदों सहित सभी प्राचीन ग्रंथों ने योग के महत्व को स्वीकारा है और अगर कहा जाए तो योग जीवन की एक कला है।
The early morning rains and the overcast weather failed to dampen the spirits of the gathering, who enthusiastically performed the yoga routines.
पब्लिक भी डटी रही और मोदी जी भी डटे रहे और उनके उत्साह को देख के हम लोग भी रहे। बारिश होती रही पर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा, हम लोग ने पूरे योगासन किए।
प्रधानमंत्री का भी मानना यही है कि जो नई सोच है हमारी, उसमें हमारी जो युवा पीढ़ी है उसकी सोच योगा के प्रति प्रेरित रहे, जिससे यहाँ हमारा शरीर स्वस्थ रहे।
तो जवानों के बीच और बुजुर्गों के बीच एक स्वस्थ होने की कामना करते हुए सारे लोगों ने एक नई दिशा अपने पूरे देश नहीं पूरे दुनिया को दिया है।
मोदी जी के साथ मिल तो नहीं पाया, लेकिन क्या बोलते हैं, पहली बार मिला, बहुत प्राउड फील हो रहा है।
It was quite different experience of yoga here in Lucknow due to continuous rain. But the motivation of Prime Minister worked and people did yoga amid rain. And Prime Minister also advocates yoga for the formation of new brand India.
It was Prime Minister Modi's efforts that led to the United Nations declare June 21st as International Yoga Day in 2015. International Yoga Day was celebrated in nearly 180 nations across the world. Panchanan Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, International Yoga Day was celebrated not only in India but also worldwide. In India, lakhs of people took part in the yoga events along with politicians and dignitaries across the nation. Here's a look. Thousands of people gathered in New Delhi's Central Park, where specific arrangements were made for the occasion. Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and NDA's presidential nominee Ram Nath Kovind also took part in the yoga event.
Art. It's an art. It's an exercise for mind, for body and soul. It brings unity both in mind and also in the society. That's why it's catching up the amongst the people. I hope the younger generation will make this as part of their life and then make a bright future.
BJP President Amit Shah performed yoga in Ahmedabad along with yoga guru Baba Ramdev. Nearly 3 lakh people performed yogasanas at the event, which the organizer said was a world record.
योग को नेतृत्व भारत को ही देना चाहिए और योग में विश्व कीर्तिमान भी भारत को ही बनाना चाहिए। यदि पश्चिम ने पूरी दुनिया को साइंस दिया है तो भारत ने पूरी दुनिया को स्पिरिचुअलिटी दी है। विश्व का मार्गदर्शन भारत के माध्यम से होना चाहिए। तो आज ये विश्व कीर्तिमान यहाँ अहमदाबाद की इस पुण्य धरा पर बना।
Chief Ministers of Assam, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and several union territories attended the celebrations across the country along with hundreds of participants.
यदि इतनी बारिश के बावजूद यदि इतनी बड़ी संख्या में लोग यहाँ एकत्रित हुए हैं तो इसी से ये प्रमाणित होता है कि योग को लेकर के कितनी प्रेरणा है, कितना संकल्प है, कितना विश्वास है लोगों में। और मैं तो ये कहूँगा कि पिछले 3 वर्षों में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के माध्यम से जिस प्रकार की एक जागरूकता योग और योग के गुणों को लेकर के विश्व भर में हुई है, उसका सबसे अच्छा दर्शन आपको यहाँ देखने को मिलता है।
Aiming to reduce work stress and promote healthy living, the Rajya Sabha Secretariat also organized a ceremony in Parliament premises. Yoga instructors informed the participants about the various methods and benefits of yoga. Navy personnel performed yoga on board Indian naval ship Jalashwa and Kirch in the Bay of Bengal, while Border Security Force personnel practiced yoga in -25-degree temperatures near the Indo-Tibetan border in Ladakh. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television. Well, yoga's health benefits are well known all over the world, and now it is fast emerging as a popular source of employment. Even as more and more people are taking up teaching yoga as a profession, India still faces a shortage of about 3 lakh yoga instructors against the requirement of over 5 lakh. Here's a report.
पिछले 3 वर्ष में बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में योगा के टीचरों की मांग बढ़ी है। योगा की ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स में भी नौजवान योगा को एक प्रोफेशन के रूप में स्वीकार करते हुए अपने आप को तैयार कर रहे हैं।
The increased focus on yoga by Prime Minister Narendra Modi appears to have improved job opportunities in the sector. Yoga is increasingly becoming the new currency for fitness and employment. Industry Chamber ASSOCHAM points out that the current demand for yoga instructors in India stands at about 5 lakhs.
Primarily, if the decision is to introduce yoga at the school and the college level, apart from the national sector, corporate sector, one realizes that there is a dire shortage of real good yoga instructors.
The big push by the government has increased job prospects of those who have graduated in yoga as a subject. An increased awareness towards wellness and health-related activities has also helped. Even smaller towns are seeing a big surge in enrollments in yoga classes. About 14.3 million people in India practiced yoga in 2013, up from 6.3 million in 2001. The popularity of yoga amongst celebrities makes it even a more lucrative profession. The fees could vary from 400 rupees to 1500 rupees per hour depending upon the policy of the institution and the experience of the instructor.
नवयुवक अगर इस योग को अगर अभ्यास करें और इसकी प्रशिक्षण लें और इस कला को अगर वो अपने सीख लें तो बहुत लोगों को वो सिखाने का और अपनी भी आजीविका उपार्जन करने का एक बहुत बड़ा सुगम और सरल और सहज उपाय हो सकता है, माध्यम हो सकता है।
India's yogic culture has spread worldwide since Swami Vivekananda took it to the world in Chicago in 1893. And after Prime Minister Narendra Modi proposed the idea, the UN General Assembly adopted an India-led resolution declaring June 21st as International Day of Yoga. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, it's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
What is BJP without Narendra Modi?
Modi ji is not separate from BJP.
There is an effort to homogenize the society into a Hindutva society based on the hatred for Muslims.
We have not imposed anything on the people. So our track record is the answer.
For the current government, Kashmir is only about Pakistan and terrorism.
People sitting in Delhi studios should understand that Kashmir is not a political issue.
Watch To The Point with National General Secretary of BJP, Ram Madhav, only on Rajya Sabha television.
Gyan Chopper is the ancient version of Indian snakes and ladders. This intriguing game was popular among the old, the young, and the rulers as well. The chopper has its origin in the Jain philosophy. It tells the story of virtue, symbolized by the ladders, rewarded, while the vices shown by the snakes are punished. Each square, in turn, also narrates a message of wisdom.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar on Wednesday threw his weight behind NDA's presidential nominee Ram Nath Kovind. The decision was taken after a party meeting earlier during the day. 71-year-old Dalit leader Kovind, who hails from Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh, resigned on Tuesday as Bihar governor. Nitish Kumar, who shared a cordial relationship with Kovind at the Raj Bhavan, had earlier expressed personal happiness at his candidature, but didn't commit his party's support. A two-time Rajya Sabha MP, the presidential nominee, has been accorded a Z+ cover of NSG commandos. The election will be held on July 17th. President Pranab Mukherjee's term will end on July 24th. Well, the Gorkha Janmukti Morcha's shutdown in Darjeeling entered its 10th day on Wednesday. Police and security forces patrolled the streets with pickets and barricades placed in front of government offices and entry-exit points. Internet services are still suspended. Except pharmacies, all shops are closed. Meanwhile, with the strike affecting their work, residents and labourers have started leaving the hill town, triggering shortages of food and water. An all-party meeting convened by the Morcha on Tuesday passed a resolution to continue the shutdown until security forces were withdrawn.
It's on the close watch.
Is there any new forces are coming?
Regarding forces, we don't make any comment right now.
परिस्थिति ऐसा है, कामकाज नहीं है, राशन पानी का बहुत समस्या, खाने पीने का, मट्टी का तेल नहीं मिलता है, क्या चीज से बनाएंगे हम लोग, क्या चीज से खाएंगे, भूखे कितना दिन रहेगा आदमी, इस मजबूरी की वजह से जाना पड़ रहा है अभी.
Well, the government has permitted banks and post offices to deposit scrapped 500 and 1,000 rupee notes with the Reserve Bank by July 20th. This is the second window that the government has provided to banks, post offices and cooperative banks to deposit the junk notes.
The government on Wednesday issued a notification to allow banks and post offices to deposit demonetized currency notes with the Reserve Bank of India within 30 days. The banks have been asked to cite valid reasons for not depositing the notes within the stipulated period so far.
मैं इसको एक वेलकम मूव समझता हूं, क्योंकि अगर जेन्युइन अमाउंट जो दिसंबर के पहले रखा गया था वो डिपॉजिट नहीं हो पाया है, तो करने में मुझे नहीं लगता किसी तरह कोई आपत्ति होनी चाहिए. और दूसरी बात क्या है कि देखिए, इसका मिसयूज अगर पहले कभी किसी जगह पर हुआ है तो आज तो सिस्टम बहुत ही इम्प्रूव हो चुका है. और सबसे बड़ी बात आप ये देखिए कि बुक्स ऑफ अकाउंट्स में उनकी प्रॉपर एंट्रीज हैं।
Till November 8, 2016, the total amount of currency in circulation was 17.7 lakh crore rupees. This included the 500 rupees and 1000 rupees currency denominations. The last official count released by the RBI on December 13th stated that banks had collected 12.44 lakh crore rupees in banned notes till December 10th. On various occasions, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley clarified that the RBI will give an accurate figure of returned defunct notes once the counting process is over. Old 500 rupees and 1000 rupees notes were discontinued from November 8, 2016 in order to eliminate black money and curb circulation of fake Indian currency notes. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, let's now take a look at all the other national developments in nationwide. Former Calcutta High Court Judge C.S. Karnan failed to get interim bail from the Supreme Court. A vacation bench of Justice D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, the order for his arrest passed by a 7-judge bench of the Apex Court, is binding. Karnan can approach the Chief Justice only after vacation in July. UN Chief Antonio Guterres offered to act as a mediator for Indo-Pak talks on Kashmir. He is engaged in bringing about a peaceful solution through dialogue between India and Pakistan. Guterres says that he wants to resolve the Kashmir issue through meetings with the prime ministers of the two countries. Two Hizbul Mujahideen militants were killed today in an encounter with security forces in Sopore township of North Kashmir's Baramulla district. Security forces launched a search operation in the area last night and managed to prevent infiltration by the militants. A special Tada court today imposed a fine of 2,000 rupees on 1993 Mumbai blast case accused Firoz Abdul Rashid Khan for calling witnesses but not examining them later. Defense lawyer Wahan Khan was not able to tell the court why he refrained from examining the witnesses. Builders asking buyers projects to pay the full amount before July 1st in order to avoid paying more tax after GST rollout is illegal. Union Housing Minister M. Venkaiah Naidu called the practice illegal. He also clarified that taxes will actually be less and buyers should get the benefit. Well, moving on to some international news now, where an explosion rocked the busy Brussels railway station late last night. While no one was hurt in the attack, authorities are treating it as a failed terrorist attack. Here are the details. Belgian authorities identified a 36-year-old Moroccan as the man behind a failed bombing at the Brussels Central Railway Station on Wednesday. The man, whose initials were revealed as OZ, had no history of involvement of being in terrorism. According to authorities, the man entered the station and set off a partial explosion in a suitcase that contained nails and gas bottles. He then rushed at a soldier patrolling the station, shouting slogans. The soldier opened fire, hitting the man several times before killing him.
The suitcase immediately caught fire. The man has left his luggage burning and went down to the platform in pursuit of a station master. Meanwhile, the bag exploded a second time more violently. This bag contained nails and small gas bottles. The man then returned to the hall when he rushed to a soldier while shouting Allahu Akbar. The soldier immediately opened fire and hit the individual several times. The latter died on the spot as a result of his injuries.
There were no other casualties apart from the suspect. Brussels railway station and the nearby Grand Place Square, a major tourist destination, were immediately evacuated after the incident.
Quand moi je suis redescendu pour rejoindre le quai, là avec un homme qui criait, et il parlait des djihadistes et tout ça, et puis à un moment donné il a crié Allahu Akbar et il a fait exploser la petite valise qu'il avait à côté de lui.
Authorities treated the incident as a terrorist attack. Belgian Prime Minister Charles Michel confirmed that a national security alert is being maintained at its second highest level.
Vous communiquez que hier soir, un attentat terroriste a été évité à la gare centrale. un individu a tenté de déclencher une explosion. Les militaires présents ont pu neutraliser cet individu.
Belgium has been on high alert since March 2016 after 32 people were killed in attacks in Brussels that were claimed by the Islamic State group. The incident in Belgium comes a day after a radical Islamist on a terror watch list rammed a car loaded with weapons and gas into a police vehicle in Paris. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television. Let's now take a look at some more news from across the world in Global Buzz. Saudi Arabia's King Salman appointed his son Mohammed bin Salman as heir in a major reshuffle on Wednesday. A royal decree removed Crown Prince Mohammed bin Naif, a 57-year-old nephew, as the next in line to the throne. 31-year-old Mohammed bin Salman was previously the deputy crown prince. Hundreds of gunmen attacked troops in a southern Philippine village to help Islamist militants engage in a nearby urban war. 5 civilians who were used as human shields were missing and soldiers were pursuing the assailants who retreated. Two more ministers resigned from France's new government on Wednesday over a financing scandal that has hit the junior party in Emmanuel Macron's centrist coalition. François Bayrou, the leader of the democratic movement, stood down as justice minister and his party colleague Marielle de Sarnez quit as European Affairs Minister. Moving on to some sports news now, where the BCCI will invite more applications for the post of Indian team's coach to give the Cricket Advisory Committee a range of options. The decision comes a day after Anil Kumble resigned as coach of the Indian cricket team. While refusing extension of his contract till the West Indies tour, Kumble cited Captain Virat Kohli's reservation over his style of functioning. The BCCI has also decided to give 7 days for applicants to send in their resumes. When BCCI had last advertised the post, the last date to send the application was May 31st. As of now, Virender Sehwag, Tom Moody, Lal Chand Rajput, Richard Pybus and Dodda Ganesh are the applicants.
कल ही उन्होंने इस्तीफा दिया है। उसके बाद भारतीय टीम कल रवाना हो गई है। जीएम क्रिकेट ऑपरेशन डॉक्टर एमवी श्रीधर टीम के साथ गए इंटरिम तौर पे। बाकी संजय बांगड़ और आर श्रीधर बॉलिंग एंड फील्डिंग कोच टीम के साथ है। और क्रिकेट एडवाइजरी कमेटी जिस तरह का फैसला लेगी, बीसीसीआई उस फैसले को उसी तरह से एक्ट करेगी।
They, discussed with Mr. Kumble and Mr. Kohli also, great detail, and they consulted the chairman of the COA also, and after that, they tried to resolve the whole issue, but ultimately, no outcome could be found out, and finally, Mr. Kumble decided to move on.
Let's now take a look at some developments from the world of sports in Sports Beat. In badminton, PV Sindhu, Saina Nehwal, Kidambi Srikanth and Sai Praneeth advanced to the pre-quarterfinals of the Australian Open Super Series tournament in Sydney. Saina is yet to win a title this season, while Sindhu has bagged 2 trophies already. Srikanth had clinched the Indonesian Open last week, while Sai Praneeth has claimed 2 titles this year. P. Kashyap, H.S. Pranoy and Ajay Jayaraman were among the Indian shuttlers who bowed out in the first round. In the men's doubles Aegon Championship quarterfinals at the Queen's Club, Rohan Bopanna and his Croatian partner Ivan Dodic defeated Thanasi Kokinakis and Kyle Edmund with a scoreline of 6-3, 6-7, 10-7. Leander Paes and Adil Shamsuddin have beaten John Patrick Smith and Matt Reed 4-6, 6-3, 12-10. Bopanna and Dodic will now play semi-finals of the men's doubles with the Finnish Australian duo of Henry Kontanen and John Peers. Paes and Shamsuddin will next face Belarus's Andrei Vasilevsky and Chile's Hans Podlipnik. Jose Mourinho today refuted charges of tax fraud. Mourinho's advisors have hit back at accusations that the Manchester United manager to pay millions of euros in taxes to the Spanish authorities. 54-year-old Mourinho has been accused of 2 offences against the public treasury on Tuesday. Chelsea are interested in signing Bayern Munich star Robert Lewandowski. The Poland striker's future is up in the air after his agent revealed his disappointment in Bayern this season. According to reports, the Blues will now consider battling Real Madrid for his signature. Antonio Conte is in the market for a new striker after dumping current star forward Diego Costa. That's it on this newscast. Have a good evening.